So you're a pro, right? You're cranking out code faster than ever before, all thanks to AI. But let me ask you this. Are you actually shipping faster, or are you just running full speed towards a cliff? Today, we're going to talk about the one rule that separates the real pros from the folks who get that dreaded page at 2 in the morning.
Picture this. It's late. You've just watched your AI buddy generate this massive, beautiful feature. I mean, it looks flawless. The demo killed it. You're feeling that rush, that high, and you hit the button. Deploy to production.
And then, it happens. Your phone lights up. It's pager duty. You glance at Slack, and it's just a sea of angry red emojis. Customer support, they're completely drowning in tickets. That shiny new payment gateway, it's down. Not just glitchy, I mean hard down. Every single transaction is failing. And then you see it. The CEO pops into the Slack channel with that one single question that makes your blood run cold. Who pushed this? Yeah, that moment of pure terror, that's what we're talking about today. Because if you are just copy-pasting AI code without writing any tests, you are literally one single deploy away from career suicide. This is exactly the nightmare scenario that rule number 11 from the Code Like a Pro framework is here to save you from. So let's break down how something like this even happened. Okay, so how did we even get to that 2 a.m. disaster? Well, it all starts so innocently, doesn't it? A simple request. Hey, build me a new payment dashboard. The AI spits out like 500 lines of what looks like perfect code in just a few seconds. You're thinking, I gotta ship this fast, I want to impress my boss. So you decide to skip the slow part. You know, writing tests.
This is what the source calls vibe coding. You know what I'm talking about. You click around a little bit, it seems to work on your machine, so you ship it. You are betting your entire career on a vibe that it works. But here's the thing. The AI didn't think about one tiny little edge case, like a user with a weird foreign address format. And that one tiny oversight in 500 lines of code, it just took down your entire payment system.
Okay, now here's the big revelation. The old myth, the one we've all heard, is that testing slows you down. But in the age of AI, that thinking is not just wrong, it's dangerously wrong. Your real job isn't just writing code anymore, it's predicting failure.
Look at this. This really shows the fundamental shift in our roles, right? The AI's job? Generate code fast. It lives in this perfect world where everything goes right. But your job, the human's job, is to predict failure. It's to take that messy, complex business logic from the real world and encode it, to verify reality. And how do you do that? With tests. Tests are your unfair advantage over the developer who just copy-pastes and prays. And this brings us to something the book calls TDD 2.0. Seriously, stop thinking of test-driven development as a chore. Think of it as the ultimate prompt engineering technique. Why? Because a test case is a rock-solid, crystal-clear requirement. There is zero ambiguity. There's no room for the AI to misinterpret or, hallucinate. The logic either works or it doesn't. Simple as that. So what does this actually look like in practice? It's pretty simple. The best developers are using this 3-step workflow. Step 1. You write the tests yourself. You are defining the exact boundaries of the problem. Step 2. You feed those tests to the AI. That's your prompt. You're literally saying, hey, AI, write the code that makes these tests pass. And step 3. You run the test to verify its work. See? You just turn the AI from a creative writer into a precision tool.
But, and this is super important, there is a critical catch here. The book calls this the fox guarding the henhouse problem. You can never, and I mean ever, ask the AI to write both the code and the tests for it. Why? Because the AI will happily write a bug, and then it'll write a test that specifically expects that bug to be there. The test will pass, but the code is still fundamentally broken. You have to be the inspector here. You're the one in charge.
Okay, let's make this really concrete. Imagine 2 developers at 2 different companies. They both get the exact same task, build an invoicing dashboard using AI. But their approach to testing, it sends their careers down 2 completely different paths. All right, let's look at Company A. Their developer ships in just 4 hours. Super fast, right? But 0 tests. Day 1 in production, an edge case with 0 tax invoices hits. Boom. The system goes down for 2 hours, and the company loses $50,000 in disputed charges. That developer, their career just hit a wall. Now let's look at Company B.
Their developer takes 8 hours to ship because they wrote tests first, including one for that exact zero-tax scenario. The test catches the AI's bug before it ever hits production. The fix takes 10 minutes, and 6 months later, that developer gets promoted because they built a rock-solid code base that everyone trusts.
And that is exactly why the developer at Company B got promoted. You see, the really crucial point here is that tests don't just prevent disasters, they actually enable speed in the long run. When you have a solid test suite, you can refactor, you can upgrade, you can modernize your code without being terrified of breaking everything. You're not paralyzed anymore. You have a license to kill legacy code and make things better.
So, okay, how do you actually build this safety net for yourself? The book lays out 3 really tactical steps that you can start using like today.
First, focus on what's called the critical path. Don't try to boil the ocean and test everything at once. Start with your money paths. Log in, add to cart, checkout. The stuff that, if it breaks, causes immediate and painful damage. Second, use the AI for what it's amazing at, creating chaos. Get it to do property-based testing for you. Basically, tell it to throw thousands of random, weird, just totally messed up inputs at your code to see what breaks. Let it be your little chaos monkey. And third, use your tests as a specification tool. The next time a product manager gives you a vague requirement, write a failing test that highlights the ambiguity. Then you can go to them and say, look, what number should go right here to make this test pass? It forces everybody to get on the same page.
And this really gets to the core of it all. In the age of AI, code is cheap. It's a commodity. Anyone can generate it. Your manager isn't paying you for lines of code anymore. They are paying you for confidence. The confidence to look the CEO in the eye and say, yes, the system will hold up on Black Friday. And tests, they are the only way to truly provide that guarantee.
So, now the choice is yours. Every single time you get a block of code from an AI, you're standing at a fork in the road. And the path you choose right then and there, well, that's what defines the kind of developer you're going to become.
And look, this is just rule number 11. We are dropping all 30 rules to become a pro, a new one every single day this month. Each one builds on the last, and together they form a complete framework for absolutely crushing it in the age of AI.
Tomorrow, we're dropping rule number 12, which is all about variable names and why they are more critical than ever when an AI is trying to read your code. If you miss that one, you're missing a really crucial piece of the puzzle. So seriously, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't fall behind.
Listen, this isn't just some abstract theory. This is about the actual trajectory of your career. If you take action on this stuff, in 1 week, you could be deploying with real confidence. In a month, you're the person they trust with the critical systems. In 6 months, you are on that promotion path, just like the developer from Company B. And the alternative? Well, it's staying exactly where you are, just hoping for the best and waiting for that next 2 a.m. fire drill.
So, which path are you going to choose? The road to becoming a pro developer in this new AI world? It starts with one simple action. Subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for rule number 12.
Don't forget to subscribe to Pro Growth Insider for more insights on the how to code like a pro. Let's get to work.